Good morning, my dear students. How are you today? I hope you are fine. Today we are going to continue our lesson of the story. We are going to take chapter 2 of the story, The Blue Diamond, Sherlock Holmes. Pages number 10, 11, 12, and 13. Let's start. Okay, as we knew before in the first chapter, it ended when Mr. Holmes saw the diamond, and when Mr. Peterson, the doorman, he shouted and said, Mr. Holmes, what happened? He said to him, I found this diamond in the goose. And then Sherlock Holmes saw the diamond in the doorman's hand. He sat up suddenly. He sat up suddenly and he said, Will Peterson, okay? And it was a wonderful, he said to him, it was a wonderful thing to find in the goose, okay? He said to him, what about, you know this one? Mr. Holmes said to him, do you know what it is? Do you know what is this diamond? He said to him, I don't know. He asked him, it's the Count of Morker's blue diamond. This diamond is the Count of Morker's blue diamond. Okay? And then Dr. Watson asked him, how do you know that? How do you know that it was the Countess of Morker's blue diamond? He said to him, what? He said to him, you must read the newspaper more often. You must read the newspaper more often. And there's an advertisement in the Times today about it. Okay, then after that, he said to him, Holmes spoke to the doorman, Mr. Peterson, and he said to him, this Countess paid £20,000 for this diamond. So it's worth 20,000 diamond, okay? So the Countess paid 20,000 pounds for this one, and it was stolen from her room in the Cosmopolitan Hotel, okay? And someone took her from her rooms, okay? And it was an advertisement in the Times newspaper, okay? So the main points of this one we're going to take, but first let's see the main vocabulary, or the most important vocabulary. Countess. What the meaning of countess? The wife of rich, important man. So the Countess, she is the wife of important or rich man. Disappear, to go away suddenly. Something disappears, okay? Something disappear means to go away suddenly. Jewel, an expensive stone. An expensive stone like the diamond. Okay, so pay means when you pay for someone to give money for something, okay? So the most important points, Mr. Holmes knew that the diamond was the Count of Morker's blue diamond. The Countess paid £20,000 for the diamond. The diamond was taken from the Countess' room in the Cosmopolitan Hotel, and she would give £1,000 to the person who finds the diamond. Okay, so this the Morkers, or the Counts of Morkers, will give £1,000 to the person who find the diamond and get it back. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Let's have questions about this. Answer the following questions. Okay, whose diamond was it? Okay, whose diamond was it? What the meaning of it? That means who was the owner of the diamond? Okay, think about it. Yes, excellent. It was the Counts of Morker's blue diamond. It was the Counts of Morker's blue diamond. Number 2, how much did the Counts pay for the diamond? Yes, very good, excellent. £20,000. The Counts paid £20,000 for the diamond. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Okay, so he asked him that £1,000. Then Peterson cried excitedly. Then, without saying it anymore, he sat down in the chair between us. First he looked at Holmes, and then he looked at the diamond. disappeared 5 years ago, or 5 days ago, sorry. I think I said, yes, Holmes. Then say the young man, John Horner, took it. Okay, so the police thought that the young man, John Horner, took the diamond. Okay, the police thought that he was the thief of the diamond, Mr. John Horner. Okay, Holmes gave, and they said to him, Holmes gave an old newspaper to Dr. Watson, and he read this. A diamond disappears from the Cosmopolitan Hotel. Okay, so here the Count of Morker's blue diamond, this is the news. The Count of Morker's blue diamond disappeared from her room at the Cosmopolitan Hotel. Okay, at the 22nd of this month. The police think John Horner, 26 years old, took the diamond from a jewel box when he went to repair the window in the room. Okay, and we have another character. Who he was? James Ryder. Who was James Ryder? James Ryder, he was the assistant manager of the hotel. The assistant manager of the hotel. He told the court that I took Horner to the Countess' room, but then I went away for some time. Then when I came back, I didn't find him, and I found the box without the jewel in it. And also we have another witness, Mrs. Catherine Kozak. Who was Mrs. Catherine Kozak? She was the Countess' maid. The Countess' maid. And she spoke also, I heard Mr. Ryder call, and I ran to the Countess' room. There I found Ryder with the jewel box in front of him. Also, the police found Horner at his home later that day, but they couldn't find the diamond. The detective, Bradstreet, spoke to the court. He said to what? He said, you are a diamond thief. And he asked Mr. John Horner, he said, I didn't take anything, but they said you are the thief because he went before to the prison. He said to him, Mr. John Horner went to the prison once before for being a thief. Okay, so the case goes to the High Court next week. Okay, so let's see the main points of this page. The police thought that who was the thief? Yes, John Horner. John Horner. They thought that he took the diamond when he went to repair the window of the Count's room. Okay? Mr. James Ryder. Who was Mr. James Ryder? The assistant manager, or the manager assistant, says that he left John Horner in the room. When he came back, he didn't find him, and he found the open box without the diamond. Okay, and the last witness, the Countess maid Catherine Kozak. She said that when Ryder called her, she went to the room and found him with the diamond box in front of him. Okay, so this it's the main point. They are the main points of this page. Let's move to the next slide. Let's answer this question. Who took the diamond as the police thought? Yes, we answered it. Yes, excellent. John Horner. John Horner. Question number 2. Who was James Ryder? Who was Mr. James Ryder? Yes, we said it. Excellent. The assistant manager of the Cosmopolitan Hotel. Very good. The assistant manager of the Cosmopolitan Hotel. Question number 3. Why did John Horner go to the hotel? Why did John Horner go to the hotel? Why? Yes, you can answer. Very good. Because he wanted to repair the window of the Count's room. He wanted to repair the window of the Count's room. Okay? Let's move on to the next page. Okay, say, well, that's the newspaper report about the diamond, said Holmes. Now we need to find how the jewel left the Count of Morker's room in the Cosmopolitan Hotel and arrived in Tottenham Court Road in the coast. So now Mr. Holmes wanted to solve this problem or this crime. We have a goose. We have a goose that left in Tottenham Court Road, and we have also a theft, or a diamond was theft or was taken from the Cosmopolitan Hotel. It was a count of murders. We want to know what happened, or what is the relationship between these events or these two events. So Dr. U.C. Watson, he asked Dr. Watson, or Mr. Holmes told Watson, there is a crime in this case. Here is the diamond. The diamond came from the goose, and the goose came from Mr. Henry Baker, the man with the old hat. He said to him, I know you weren't very interested when I told you all about Mr. Baker, but now we must find him. Where and how does he come into the case of the diamond? This is the question, the most important question. The answer to these two questions is very important, but how we can find how will they find this problem? Through what? Yes, a newspaper advertisement. A newspaper advertisement. So then he took a pen and he began to write. Mr. Holmes, he wrote an advertisement to put it in the newspaper, and when Mr. Henry Baker saw this, when he see this advertisement, he will come to take his goose and his hat. Okay, so he started to write. What he started to write? Did you leave a goose and a black hat some days ago in Tottenham Court Road? Are you called Henry Baker? Please come to 221 B Baker Street this evening at 6:30 to get your things. Okay, so let's summarize the points, or the main points. The police arrested John Horner at his home, and when Detective Bradstreet asked him, he said he didn't take the diamond. He said, I am innocent. I didn't take anything. Bradstreet said John Horner was the thief, and he was in the prison before. The case went to the High Court. Then Holmes wanted to know about Mr. Baker, so what did he do? Yes, he wrote an advertisement in the newspaper. Let's have some questions about this one. Why did Holmes do to find Henry Baker? What did he do? Yes, very good. He wrote an advertisement in the newspaper. Okay, number 2. Where did the police arrest John Horner? Where did he arrest him? Yes, at his home. At his home. Okay, let's move to the last slide of our chapter today. That says it all, I think, said Holmes. Yes, is he going to read it? I asked it, but then Dr. Watson asked it, Mr. Holmes, are you sure that he will read this advertisement? What? He replied, yes, he is a poor man, Mr. Holmes said he is a poor man. Remember, at that time he was scared because of his accident with the shop window. But now I believe he feels very sorry about running away and things. Why did I leave the bird in the street? So Mr. James Ryder will be regret, and he asked himself, why did I leave the goose and the hat in the street and ran away? So when he will see the advertisement or the newspaper advertisement, he looked for a newspaper advertisement about it yesterday, and also he's going to look at it today also. What's more, we have got his name in the advertisement. His friends also are going, or may see it, and they will tell him about it. Holmes gave some money to the doorman, and he asked him to do what? Okay, he said to him, Peterson, please go down to the newspaper offices and put this advertisement in all the evening newspapers. Okay, and that's not everything. He said to him also, yes, and he said to him to buy another goose for him, to give him to Mr. Henry Baker, as the old one Mr. Holmes gave it to Peterson for eating it with his family. So he said to him, your family is going to eat the old goose for dinner today, so he can't have that. So he asked him to put the newspaper, the advertisement in all the evening newspapers, and also to buy a new goose for Mr. Baker. Let's see the main points. Okay, Holmes thought that Mr. Baker would read the advertisement. Holmes gave Peterson money to buy a new goose for Mr. Baker. Okay, and that's the end of the chapter. So let's see these questions. What did Holmes ask Peterson to do? Yes, he asked him to put the advertisement in all the evening newspapers and to buy a new goose for Mr. Baker. Number 2, why did Holmes think Mr. Baker would read the advertisement? Yes, well, because he was a poor man and he was scared because of his accident with the shop window. Okay? This is the last assessment. Complete the following sentences. Look at these sentences and think about it. We are going to answer it later in the classroom, okay? Think about it. Read these 6 questions and think about it, okay? And now, that's the end of our lesson today. Thank you for watching and see you later. Goodbye.